All right, Andrew, is this going to be your first one into the second round?
Oh, probably.
I am interested to hear how Pilgor is going to win against the spy.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, I'm ready wherever you guys are.
Give me a minute to refresh on the spy.
He's a spy. I don't know what else you need to know.
I'm trying to read up a little bit on the details.
Spy versus Gamerz. Spy versus
I'm pretty
Gamerz.
sure just, fucking pull up that image again, Jordan, please.
Yep.
Nope. That one. I think that tells us the answer here. That's how it's going to end.
With the spy being goat proof.
I mean, real quick question. How many people here have played either of the Goat Simulator games?
I've seen videos of it. I've never played it.
Okay. That's all I'm going to say.
So I know a good deal about how the goat is. So
I
got the mutators picked out too, I think.
That is actually technically the second game I ever bought for the PS4.
Nice. That was the first game I bought for my Xbox Series X was Goat Simulator 3.
I bought it in Arkham Knight. That's why it wasn't the first game.
Nice. Yeah. Goat Simulator 3, which is the sequel to Goat Simulator 1.
Nah,
It is-
It's like a Thanksgiving situation.
Oh my god, it is. Let me tell you, Goat Simulator 3 is phenomenal. They took everything from the first game and made it great and made it even better. And they also
You
went
can go ahead and give us our introduction. I think we're both
they
ready.
went San Andreas style too. Like they made it like GTA. All right, well,
I'm here.
welcome back, everyone. So today we have an interesting matchup. We have two comedically ridiculous characters from two comedically ridiculous games, both that could be found ridiculously on a computer, but eventually could also be found on consoles. Essentially, this is going to be an interesting matchup because it's ridiculous logic of a physics-based game versus the logic of a comedically cartoonish battle royale game where it is still getting content, but that's because, the fans are in control of it. So, yeah, today we're going to see Pilgor, the goat, famous from Goat Simulator, face off against Spy from Team Fortress 2.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick... I'm going to go heads.
Let's go with heads.
And the coin says...
Heads.
Joe, you may go first.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I don't know anything about Goat Simulator or Pilgor. So
I'll teach you. Don't worry.
I'm sure you will. I'm just gonna try to do the best I can. The Spy, for those who don't know, I'm sure many people know, has the classic spy skills. He's got a cloaking ability, so he can turn himself invisible and sneak behind enemy lines. He can disguise himself as any of the opponent characters. He carries a knife that he can insta-kill people by stabbing them in the back. He can, when he's disguised behind enemy lines, he can see the health quantity of enemies. He's French. I don't know if that matters. Ooh, maybe it does. Maybe that counts against him. I feel like the Spy is going to have a good chance against a goat. I feel like he can just kind of dodge around the goat ramming at him and just kind of, knife him and be done with it. Yeah, I'll yield there.
Wow.
I think in the PC version it was Uncle Goat, and then Italian Dinosaur.
Oh, God.
That should sum this up.
Yep.
So, Pilgor, as Joe said, is a goat, but she's actually the goddess of chaos and destruction.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
She is immortal.
This is Pac-Man all over again.
In the game, at the end of the game, she actually can destroy the world to eliminate all of mankind. Now, in-game as well, she can move faster than speeding vehicles when she is sprinting. Her tongue is infinitely elastic. Now, here's why I picked Spider Goat, though. Spider Goat allows you to shoot the tongue out like Spider-Man's web slingers. Now, the people that made it said it goes as fast as his web slingers. Nobody knows the exact speed. It's been clocked as tens of meters per second. Now, that's at least 33 feet per second, and the tongue goes on infinitely, and it doesn't stop till it attaches to something. Now, with that specific power-up, the goat can get pulled towards the target, do a headbutt, and kill the target. But this is where Italian Dinosaur comes in. Once you lick an object, you can turn it into a watermelon, which then instantly explodes. So,
Wow.
The goat's immortal. The goat is super fast. Its headbutt is super strong that it can launch humans into the sky. I think I mentioned it can't be killed. With the tongue, no matter how far away the spy is, it can get lapped up. Goat can go to him, launch him into space with his headbutt, or just turn him into a watermelon and watch him explode, and then move on. And also, let's see here. See if there's anything else that needed for this battle here. I don't think so. Goat's tongue is also pretty much unlimited strength. It can move cars, animals, people, elephants. Stamina can pretty much go on forever. So its ranged attacks is all based on its mutators. That's why I use Spider Goat here. Without Spider Goat, really doesn't have any ranged attacks. All depends on the mutators. And I guess I'll yield my time. There's not much else more to say about Pilgor.
This is not the goat I thought I would be fighting.
Or is it the goat anyone thought they were fighting in the game too? So I mean,
so
This is not the goat you were looking for.
yeah, exactly. So Pilgor is like the god of goats.
Goddess of
chaos.
goddess of chaos,
Goddess
and
of
destruction,
chaos?
and also
And-
technically the god of goats. Yes.
And tell me about the mutagens.
So basically, the Spider Goat turns it into Spider-Man. Its tongue shoots out super fast, attaches to anything. Goat can pull itself to the target, or use an Italian Dinosaur.
Which is a Yoshi reference. Turns it into a watermelon and it explodes.
Does the goat have access to these mutagens like all the time, or
Once
is there a limit?
Once
on
you
them?
activate them,
Once you
it's
activate them.
infinite.
So your loadout is like they've got all these mutagens.
Yeah.
Okay.
These two.
Okay. I'd be a little bit unequipped with this.
So the
I
one
would
thing I'll
say
say,
that I'm just going to make my basic argument, which is that I feel like the spy's best chance here is to cloak themselves invisibly and try to sneak up on Pilgor and do like a knife assassination thing from the back. I don't know if Pilgor's got any type of vulnerability or like imperviousness to stabbing or something, but yeah, I feel like that's what the spy can do.
so I played a lot of Team Fortress 2. Spy's invisibleness lasts about 4 to 5 seconds.
The number on the wiki is 10 seconds.
10 seconds? Okay. So 10 seconds, and what I remember is it depended on which watch he had, but is how long it lasts. But when he attacks, the invisibility was gone instantly. So Pilgor could just run around until the invisibility is gone, lick him up, explode him. As soon as the battle begins, lick him up, explode him. Spy gets close enough. Spy, his disguise is, pointless here because he can't switch species into a goat. And Goat Pilgor would still know who he's trying to kill. So it's not... Spy is a team combatant. Without his team, he is no good because he's the weakest fighter in the game. He's the easiest to kill. His handgun is the worst gun in the game. Mm-hmm. Without anyone supporting him, the Spy is useless. And... Pilgor's just going to explode him into a watermelon or blast him into space.
The only argument I might make is I don't know if he's going to be great at it, but if it helps any judge's opinion of him, there's an argument to be made that the Spy could disguise himself as a goat, because in Team Fortress, he disguises himself as all of his potential opponents. It's just that none of them are non-human. So potentially in this context, he could disguise himself as a goat. Maybe a la Ace Ventura.
I will allow it.
I don't know. Yeah.
I will allow a disguise to be a goat.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't matter because the goat is going into a death battle against a person.
Anything.
Yeah, exactly. So the disguise isn't going to help. Pilgor is not afraid to attack other goats.
What's to prevent the Spy from one-shotting Pilgor somehow? Like, if they're disguised as the goat or they're invisible, and they shoot him or they stab him.
In game, she survives the radar blast, which destroys planets.
All right, and that's the end of rebuttals officially. Actually,
You tried to filibuster me at the end there.
I swear I didn't mean to.
You tried to filibuster.
I have a couple questions. One is for the judges. The rest, for the most part, is for
Oh, fuck.
What kind of range does Spy have? You mentioned the knife, but Andrew mentioned a handgun here a second ago. What is range weapon look like?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm trying to...
It's a moot point anyway, but how about fall damage? Does Spy take fall damage?
I don't know, actually. I'm going to say no. I don't think he does.
I would. There is fall damage in that game.
There isn't fall damage in that game, as far as I know. You can rocket jump with the soldier, so
yeah,
You can jump, but I don't think there is fall damage.
I'm just gonna put it out there simply based off of as someone who's played both of these games, and I couldn't think if there was fall damage, but I wanted to leave that open. I've played a lot of Goat Simulator, and I've played a lot of it recently as well. Considering outside of the Italian dinosaur particular destruction, the people in Goat Simulator don't die. They just get blasted around, so they don't technically die.
Yeah.
The Italian dinosaur mutation, definitely though, you got that one.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I picked it.
Now, my question for the rest of the judges. Pilgor does not canonically die. However, when Pilgor takes damage, they ragdoll. Do we count, much like we've had to before with, immortal characters that have to be completely ground up to nothing, do we count ragdolling as a death or as a submission?
I'm going to say no, because there's never any indication of death. Because, with Dark Scion, we weren't going to count him just getting, knocked out or knocked down and then bouncing back up as him having died and then came back. That was more of, you hadn't successfully...
So, Bryce Boltzmann versus Gino.
He got fully destroyed, was, I think, the verdict that had happened.
It was debated that Bryce Boltzmann could be fully destroyed, or that he would want to die,
Yeah, I'm leaning towards...
or that he would get kicked out of his body.
I wouldn't consider ragdolling completely being incapacitated.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it counts as incapacitation. It may be a temporary, if anything, consider a stagger, I guess, would be the way to describe it.
Okay.
if maybe like multiple ragdolls you might have a case towards that.
Me.
No, that's fair.
Alright.
I was trying to find get a consensus on how we count a potential death for a character who canonically has not died. That's all I was trying to come to a consensus for. So that's fine with me. That's why I had it as a question, not as a definitive yes we should or no we shouldn't. Just want to put it out there for the judges. So that's all my questions.
I don't even have any questions.
I got one question for Andrew.
Yo.
I guess the room, because I haven't actually played Goat Simulator. It's been a while since I actually watched videos of it or anything. Can you lose as the goat in Goat Simulator?
So,
Short answer, no.
no, there is none because there's not really.
Not that type of game.
Exactly.
No,
There's not really
It's basically a sandbox.
There's not really
You-
missions per
You can
se.
get
It's
to
about-
like points in the game, like I said, like at the very end, like she can destroy the world, but like that's not necessarily the end game either. Like,
Yeah.
and if you download the DLCs, like
Mm-hmm.
Payday and the zombie one, it's like you just go into different
Space,
worlds.
yeah,
you
the fans-
still don't.
yeah.
You can't lose.
That's
if you
why,
wanted to walk around and graze for hours,
You
you
could.
can.
and that's why I asked my question the way I did.
So I guess follow-up question. We know that the spy in this scenario, spy wants to kill the goat. Does the goat want to kill the spy, or does the goat just want to be annoying as shit?
Both. Because from the goat's world, they are at war with humans.
That's fair.
But as we established, the goat doesn't actually kill humans; just basically pushes them away. They don't die.
right, but
Yeah.
that's like the Italian dinosaur.
That was the piece that, turned them into exploding watermelons.
because there are mutators that can kill people.
just the default attack, just kind of.
Yeah. So the headbutt
Flings him.
wouldn't necessarily kill the spy. That would launch him and stagger him, but turning him into a watermelon with my
And they're
shooting gun,
exploding.
yeah, that would be the death blow.
Okay.
I guess. Is there any? I'm trying to remember. Is there any invulnerability in Team Fortress 2?
There is like invulnerability pickups, but
Can the spy still insta kill a person who has invulnerability?
no.
Damn. That would have been. There was your possibility, I think.
Doesn't have the Mayhem
Yeah.
dagger.
No, because I'm reading the wiki here. It says, in fact, a swift backstab with any of the spy's knives will kill most foes in a single hit, provided they are not under the effects of any type of invulnerability or some other form of immense damage reduction.
Damn.
Unfortunately, I think that leads to voting. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, as we have stated, the spy has multiple techniques to use against Pilgor. First and foremost, we said that the spy could potentially take on the persona of a goat and could potentially go the way of Mortal Kombat and instead of a friendship ending, finish it with a sexuality. But I don't think that's what will happen.
I, Juan Castillo, fuck they got.
The other way, and I had to look this up, there are not one, there are not two, but there are 10 popular French goat cheeses. And as one knows, you cannot make goat cheese without killing a goat.
Wait, what?
What?
I thought you just had to milk it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that Pilgor wins 100%.
You know what? I like the logic. I'll take it. Wonder what invulnerable goat cheese would taste like.
Would you
I
be
can go next.
All right, Tango.
I am going to go Pilgor. I think honestly, I wanted to vote for the spy, and I think if it weren't have been for that, if not under vulnerability, I would have gone spy simply because I do think that Pilgor is not a smart being. Pilgor is for running around and trying to lick a Ferris wheel.
Yep.
Whereas the spy is cold and calculated, but I don't think the spy could kill Pilgor, and I do think that is the crux of this.
Mm-hmm. Watermelon, baby, baboom.
I'll go next. I think this one's kind of hard if you look at it just on base what it is, and I think as funny as it would be for Andrew not to have any other cutters in the match, I think I have to vote for Pilgor in this one. I wanted to vote for the spy because I feel like that seems more logical. However, I think the chaos of Pilgor lends to more of a victory. But I do think that this has a chaos exemption has a limit. I want to clarify. I don't think this is going to potentially go all the way, but I think that's a factor in this particular match.
It's unanimous. I had to go for Pilgor. Definitely, as Tango said, if the spy could do damage to an invulnerable person with the knife kill, 100% I would have to give it to the spy. But that is definitely the issue. The other issue is spy's French, goddammit.
They retreat a lot.
They retreat. They're not warriors. I'm kidding. I actually do like the French a lot. I have to give them a hard time, though, every time. It's part of my contract. Anyway.
The historian and me will fight on that.
Anyway, yeah. Pilgor is also the closest we're going to get canonically to having either Loki or Bugs Bunny in this tournament. Like, legitimately, literal gods of chaos. We don't have too many of them that are in games that originate from games, so I'm going to have to go with Pilgor on that one.
All right.
I just want to say I kind of knew this was coming as soon as I heard Pilgor's abilities.
Do you want to know?
I thought Goat Simulator was like Truck Simulator, where you're just a regular goat and you explore a field, and I'm like, oh, this is easy.
Goat Simulator 3 starts with a Skyrim reference.
I almost brought out the Skyrim goat for you, but it wouldn't have killed the person. But
He does
as
get a
soon as I
shout.
saw this matchup was cool, Joe, my first thought was Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Boris going to kill the rabbit. The rabbit just eats his head off.
There was a potential, but... So Pilgor moves on, and so our next match is going to be, oddly enough, a repeat match, not of this tournament, but of a different tournament.
A clay fighting tournament.
Yep, we will see Bad Mr. Frosty go up against Earthworm Jim. Come back for that one. That's going to be interesting.